celestial cartographer's softest dream, a tranquil and enchanting audio experience designed to guide you into a peaceful slumber. If you find yourself enjoying this journey into the dreamscape and wish for more soothing stories like this, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content crafted to encourage calm and restful sleep. Before we embark on our tranquil exploration of Aethel, we will begin with a gentle breathing exercise to help you settle and prepare for the story that lies ahead. If you prefer to skip straight to the narrative, please know that you can find the timestamps for each chapter in the description below. Now, take a moment to find a comfortable position. Allow your body to sink into the support of your bed, releasing any tension you may be holding. Adjust your pillow, perhaps tucking in your blanket, allowing your space to welcome you with open arms. Tonight is yours to let go of any cares you might be carrying, inviting a quiet, comforting stillness to settle into your evening. Allow your thoughts to flow freely without judgment or struggle, as the peaceful energy of the celestial realm begins to settle around you. Let's take a few slow, soothing breaths together. Gently inhale through your nose, allowing the air to fill your lungs as if you are gathering the softest cloud into your heart. Now, exhale slowly and gently through your mouth, as if you were releasing a sigh of pure contentment. With each breath, feel your body softening, gently releasing any places that might be holding tension. Imagine yourself drifting among gentle as stardust, seeing yourself bathed in the soft light of the constellations as a sense of peaceful wonder envelops you. If you notice your mind wandering, don't be concerned. Simply allow your thoughts to float by like peaceful clouds in a tranquil sky, and gently guide your awareness back to the sound of my voice or to the sensation of your breath. There is nothing you need to do now except listen and allow the story to carry you gently toward rest. You are safe, you are calm, and you are ready to drift into sleep. As we embark on this tranquil journey together, may peace settle within your heart. Now, let us join Asteria, Ronan, and Silas on their tranquil quest to chart the stars of Aethel. Chapter 1. The Whispers of Aethel. The observatory of the Whispering Peaks stood nestled amidst the rolling hills, its stone walls aged with time, and yet bathed in the gentle hues of the late afternoon sun. The tranquil waters of Lake Serenity lay still below, mirroring the sky above like a perfect sheet of polished glass, reflecting back the soft golden light and hues of lavender. Inside, the air hummed with a subtle energy, a comforting vibration that seemed to settle around you like a soft blanket. 3 figures moved quietly within the circular space, their footsteps muffled by the thick woven rugs that covered the floor. Asteria, her silver hair neatly coiled in a low bun, moved to the large central table. Her eyes, as calm and clear as a winter sky, were focused on a rolled parchment spread before her. Her brow was not creased with worry, but held a gentle focus, as if she were considering the most pleasant of thoughts. The light streaming through the arched windows seemed to pool around her, softening the shadows and highlighting the fine details of her simple, flowing robe. She was the elder of the 3, a seasoned astronomer whose gentle touch could coax secrets from the very fabric of the stars. Ronan, his dark hair falling softly across his forehead, stood near one of the large open windows, taking in the view with a quiet smile. His hands, calloused but gentle, lightly rested on the windowsill. He had a way of finding ease, no matter his surroundings, and could be caught feeling the subtle energies that flowed through the land beneath their feet. Ronan was a geomancer, whose knowledge of the earth was matched only by his calm demeanour. The slight breeze that kissed his skin was soft, and carried with it a subtle perfume of spring, and brought with it a sense of natural rest. Silas, his dark eyes bright and curious, sat at a nearby desk, quill in hand, carefully adjusting his glasses as he sharpened his tools with careful ease. His movements were deliberate, quiet, and precise. He was the scribe, and with thoughtful attention, he committed the world around him to paper, his words as fluid and elegant as the very ink that flowed from his quill. His brow furrowed slightly in concentration, but there was nothing tense in this attention, simply a focused awareness of the beauty around him. The room held an inviting warmth, the familiar scent of old books and dried herbs filling the air. Asteria carefully unrolled the parchment, her movements as smooth and flowing as water. "My friends," she began, her voice a low and gentle cadence, "I received a request this afternoon from the Celestial Council," she added, her tone thoughtful and calm. "They ask that we journey into the dreamscape to chart the constellations that exist within it." Ronan moved from the window to join Asteria, his steps silent on the thick rugs. Silas, too, carefully placed his tools down and slowly and deliberately joined the other two at the table, offering his own quiet presence to the gathering. The three scholars stood together, their gentle breathing echoing quietly in the room, as if to match the soft beating of their hearts. The request from the Celestial Council was not one of urgency, but of purpose, a path towards discovery and understanding. This task, Asteria explained, her gentle eyes scanning over her companions, is said to bring great peace and harmony to the world around us. A soft smile played at the corners of Ronan's lips. He nodded slowly as he began to settle into the thought of the journey that lay before them. Silas picked up his quill again, ready to begin his diligent recording of their journey. "And then we shall embark on our mission," he added, a quiet sense of excitement coming from deep within his heart, without a hint of chaotic energy. He knew the soft rhythms of the world would guide them, if only they remembered to be present within their gentle hearts. Chapter 2. The Stardust Meadows. The journey into the dreamscape began with a gentle transition, as if stepping from one soft breath into another. The observatory, with its familiar warmth, faded into a shimmering glow, and the scholars found themselves standing at the edge of the Stardust Meadows. The landscape before them was a breathtaking vista of gently rolling hills, bathed in the soft light of the dreamscape. The grass was not green, but rather luminescent, each blade glowing with hues of violet, silver, and gold, shifting gently with a soft breeze that seemed to whisper through the meadow. Each step felt as light as air, as if the very earth was made of gentle dreams. The air hummed with a subtle melody, the very sound of stardust dancing among the blades blades of grass. The scent of light floral blossoms was in the air, blended with the freshness of a spring morning. It was a place of tranquil wonder, designed to settle the mind and heart. Asteria, Ronan, and Silas walked along a path that seemed to unfold before them with ease. "It is magnificent," whispered Silas, his eyes wide with wonder as he recorded each vibrant detail with his quill. His words were chosen with the gentle ease of a lullaby. Asteria nodded slowly, her gaze sweeping across the horizon, tracing the patterns of light that danced in the sky above, where the constellations pulsed softly. "The dreamscape is a place of ever-shifting wonders, filled with the soft whispers of our heart," she noted, her voice filled with awe and quiet joy. Ronan closed his eyes, his hands gently moving through the air, as if they were a soft brush against the fabric of the land itself. He felt the subtle currents of energy flowing through the Stardust meadow, like gentle streams beneath the earth. "The energy here is incredibly calm," he observed, a peaceful smile gracing his lips. "It feels as if we are walking on soft clouds of tranquility." Ronan then moved to lead them along their journey, using his connection with the earth to lead them with grace. The meadows stretched far and wide, their gentle curves leading towards the horizon, where the sky met the earth in a haze of soft, luminescent light. As the group walked along, small butterflies of light fluttered by, their wings shimmering with all the colours of a sunset. The gentle buzzing of insects filled the air, creating a soft lullaby that made the heart feel content. They moved at a leisurely pace, not pushing themselves, but allowing the dreamscape to unfold at its own quiet rhythm. They walked along the meadows for what seemed like moments and what seemed like an eternity. They did not feel any sense of rushing, but rather simply allowed themselves to be in the moment, their hearts filled with quiet joy. Asteria, her focus unwavering, began to trace the patterns of the constellations, using her stargazing magic to create an ephemeral map that floated above the land. Each star was carefully noted, its position and soft glow committed to memory as Ronan's focus settled within the space to make sure they were safe. Silas carefully wrote down every detail he observed, his quill moving as fluidly as the stardust that floated through the air. The colours, the scents, the gentle sounds, all were carefully committed to paper, each observation a gentle reminder of the beauty that lay before them. He took special care to mention the gentle breezes, each a soft caress across his skin. It was a tranquil task to take in the world around them with an open heart. As the sun began its gentle descent, they found themselves at a small cluster of luminescent trees, their leaves shimmering with all the colours of the spectrum. They settled beneath them to rest, each taking in the gentle peace of the dreamscape, hearts open to all that surrounded them. A soft sense of contentment washed over them as the Stardust Meadows settled into a state of quiet tranquility. Chapter 3. The Crystal Caves of Reflection. The transition from the Stardust Meadows to the Crystal Caves was as gentle as a sigh, a smooth shift from open air to enclosed quiet. The luminescent trees of the meadow seemed to fold back, revealing a narrow opening in the earth that descended into a world of soft light. The entrance dance was framed by shimmering crystals, each one pulsating with a soft, internal glow that painted the walls in hues of gentle lavender and silver. As the scholars stepped inside, they were met with a sense of profound calm. The air within the caves was still and cool, a welcome respite from the gentle breezes of the meadows. The sound of their footsteps echoed softly, blending with a low hum that seemed to resonate from the very heart of the crystals. These were not ordinary crystals, but rather conduits of the dreamscape, reflecting and amplifying the quiet thoughts and gentle dreams of those who had come before. Each wall seemed to tell a story, a gentle vision of tranquil landscapes and peaceful hearts. "This place feels reflective," murmured Silas, his voice barely above a whisper as he moved his hand across the cool surface of a nearby crystal. His touch was light, like a soft caress, and he paused to take in the subtle images playing across the surface. Asteria nodded in agreement, her gaze drawn to the myriad reflections, each a different facet of the dreamscape. "Indeed," she replied, her voice carrying with it a sense of wonder. "This is a space that will encourage contemplation." Ronan moved deeper into the caves, his senses alert to the energies that flowed within. He could feel the subtle vibrations of the crystals, each one humming with a different rhythm, a different story. "The energy here is very grounding," he explained, as he found a comfortable spot near a cluster of particularly large crystals. "It feels as if the earth itself is breathing with a sense of peace." He sat slowly and gracefully, settling himself into a position of quiet observation. The trio paused, each finding their own space within the caves. Asteria began to trace the patterns of light that refracted from the crystals, noting how they connected to the constellations in the sky above. The soft light seemed to bend and weave itself around her, creating a tranquil halo around her form. She meticulously recorded the patterns with a slow and graceful hand, her heart filled with quiet peace. Ronan closed his eyes, allowing the vibrations of the crystals to wash over him. Each pulse a gentle reminder to stay grounded, stay present, and allow any tension to release from his body. He drew upon the earth beneath him, allowing the peace within to expand to encompass the space that surrounded him. The subtle hum of the crystals seemed to resonate with his own breathing, creating a gentle lullaby. Silas moved from crystal to crystal, carefully recording the visions he saw reflected within their depths. He focused on their calming properties, noting that the soft light never strained the eyes, but rather seemed to soothe and relax them. He found that each reflection was a gentle suggestion, a beautiful reminder to be peaceful, to be kind, to be open to the wonder that surrounded them. His quill danced across his parchment with a peaceful flow. As the trio continued their explorations, the crystal caves seemed to open their arms around them, a place of tranquility that encouraged rest and contemplation. There was no rush, no sense of urgency, only a feeling of deep connection to each other and to the dreamscape itself. As they continued along, the quiet peace of the caves began to settle within their very bones, reminding them that in this tranquil space they could be their most authentic and peaceful selves. lullaby falls. Leaving the crystal caves was as gentle as a turning of a page, a quiet transition from reflection to the soft murmur of flowing water. The path led them onward, and the scholars found themselves at the edge of a magnificent sight. The lullaby falls. It wasn't a waterfall in the traditional sense, but rather a cascade of water that flowed gently upwards, ascending into the sky like a ribbon of shimmering light. The water itself was a pale, almost translucent blue, and it seemed to blend seamlessly into the starscape above. The sound of the falls was unlike any other, a gentle, lilting melody that seemed to resonate with the very core of their beings. It was a soothing song, a comforting lullaby that washed over them, bringing a profound sense of peace and tranquility. The air was filled with a soft, gentle mist, and a fresh sense of rain that felt both calming and invigorating. The scholars stood at the base of the falls, each taking in the breathtaking sight with quiet awe. The way the water flows is as if it's dancing with the stars themselves, murmured Silas, his eyes fixed on the gentle ascension of the falls. He was transfixed, his quell momentarily forgotten as he simply allowed the scene to wash over him. Asteria nodded slowly, her gaze equally captivated. The dreamscape always holds surprises, each more beautiful than the last, she added, her voice filled with a quiet sense of contentment. Ronan closed his eyes, his hands moving subtly as he drew upon the earth's energies beneath them. He felt the unique power of the falls, an elemental force that resonated with peace and harmony. This water holds a special energy, he explained, his voice soft and gentle. It feels as if it is drawing up all that is peaceful from the earth, offering it as a gift to the heavens. Ronan moved slowly and purposefully towards the falls, his feet light upon the mossy ground. They moved closer to the falls, their footsteps as soft as the gentle mist that hung in the air. Asteria positioned herself in a small, mossy alcove, and with a graceful gesture, she began to collect the water in her hands, allowing it to flow gently across her skin and drawing upon its energy to finalize another portion of her map. She looked up towards the stars, her mind weaving together the celestial patterns with the tranquil energies of the falls, her heart filled with a sense of quiet joy. Ronan moved to sit near the base of the falls, where the gentle spray created a tranquil mist around him. He closed his eyes, taking deep, slow breaths, and allowing the calming energies of the place to settle within his very bones. The sound of the falls seemed to match his heartbeat, a soft and gentle rhythm that allowed him to sink into a deeper state of relaxation. He began to draw energy from the falls, offering it to the dreamscape like a gift. Silas, his attention to detail ever present, moved along the perimeter of the falls, noting every aspect with thoughtful consideration. He described the way the water shimmered, the way the soft mist danced, the way the very air vibrated with gentle peace. The very act of observation brought him a sense of calm as he documented the beauty that surrounded him with slow and mindful movements. His writing took on a lyrical quality, flowing and gentle, just like the water itself. As the sun continued on its slow and deliberate journey across the sky, the trio of scholars allowed the tranquil energies of the lullaby falls to envelop them. Their hearts were open, their minds at ease, and they knew that they were exactly where they were meant to be, in this gentle, peaceful place where water sang its lullaby to the stars above. They took in this beauty, each breath a soft acknowledgement of the gentle energy that surrounded them. Chapter 5. The Cartographer's Dream. As the last of the day's soft light began to fade from the dreamscape, the scholars knew that their journey through Aethel was drawing to a close. They stood together once more at the edge of the Lullaby Falls, a gentle sense of completion settling over them like a soft blanket. The task they had embarked on had been one of quiet wonder, not only of mapping the stars, but of discovering the deep peace that could be found within their own hearts and the harmonies they had created together. The transition back to their observatory was as gentle as returning from a pleasant dream, a smooth shift from one peaceful place to another. As they stepped back into the familiar space of the Whispering Peaks, they were met with a scene unlike any they had witnessed before. The observatory was bathed in a soft, ethereal glow, emanating from the map they had created during their journey, which now floated gently above the central table. The map, made from starlight and gentle magic, pulsated softly, its patterns reflecting the constellations of the dreamscape in all of their gentle wonder. Each star shimmered with a soft light, casting a gentle glow across the familiar stone walls, making them seem both old and new, both ancient and timeless. The air hummed with a soft, calming energy, as if the very building was now imbued with the tranquility of Aethel. "The map is alive," murmured Silas, his voice filled with quiet awe as he moved his hand closer to the shimmering chart. He could feel the gentle hum of its magic, the soft pulse of its celestial energy. Asteria nodded slowly, a peaceful smile gracing her lips. "It is a reflection of the peace we have found," she said gently, "a record of our journey, and a reminder that tranquility resides everywhere." Ronan moved to stand beside them, his hands resting lightly on the table as he gazed upon the illuminated map. "It is not just a map of the stars," he noted thoughtfully, his voice as soft as a gentle breeze. "It is also a map of our hearts, of our connections, of the peaceful energies we have cultivated together." He felt the gentle harmonies that flowed between the three of them, a connection that transcended words, that went beyond time and space. The scholars moved around the table, each taking in the details of the map, now understanding that the true gift was the gentle journey they had embarked on together. Asteria, Ronan, and Silas had learned the importance of slowing down, taking notice, and simply being. They realized that the greatest discoveries were often the most subtle, the quiet moments of peace found in between the grand ones, and they held those lessons deeply within their hearts. As the night deepened, the three scholars settled into their favorite places within the observatory, their hearts filled with quiet contentment. The soft glow of the map continued to illuminate the space, its patterns shifting and swirling like the very dreams they had explored. Each of them were forever changed by the experience, now knowing that the deepest peace was found through the most gentle of connections, both with each other and with the magic of the world. The observatory seemed to sigh with contentment as it cradled the three of them, allowing them to rest within its gentle embrace. Their mission was complete, their hearts full, and their minds at peace. And as they drifted into sleep that night, they knew they would carry with them the tranquil energies of Aethel, a reminder that the softest dreams often held the greatest power, and the starlight continued to shine, a promise of peace, a sign of hope, and an invitation to rest for all who listened.